We've got Genesis 41 and 42 today. We're talking about Joseph. And it's pretty cool. Joseph's going to be talking about the dreams. All right. And it came to pass at the end of full 2 years that Pharaoh dreamed, and behold, he stood by a river. And behold, there came out of the river 7 well-favored kine, and fat-fleshed, and they fed in the meadow. And behold, 7 other kine came up after them out of the river, ill-flavored, lean flesh, and stood by the other kind on the brink of the river. And the ill-flavored, lean-fleshed kine did eat up the 7 well-favored and fat kine. So Pharaoh awoke. And he slept, and he dreamed of a second time. And behold, 7 ears of corn came up, one stalk, rank and good. And behold, 7 thin ears, blasted with the east wind, sprung up after them. And the 7 thin ears devoured the 7 rank full ears. And Pharaoh awoke, and behold, it was a dream. And it came to pass in the morning that the spirit was troubled. And he sent and he called for the magicians of Egypt and all the wise men thereof. And Pharaoh told them his dream, and there was none that could interpret it unto Pharaoh. And spake the chief butler unto Pharaoh, saying, I do remember my faults this day. Pharaoh was wroth with his servant, and put me in the ward and the captain of the guard's house, both he and the chief baker. And when we dreamed a dream in one night, we dreamed each man according to his interpretation of his dream. And there was with us a young man, a Hebrew servant, to the captain of the guard, and we told him, and he interpreted us our dreams. To each man according to his dream he did interpret. And it came to pass as he interpreted it to us. So it was to me restored unto mine office, and him to be hanged. Him to be hanged. Then Pharaoh sent and called Joseph, and they brought him hastily out of the dungeon, and he shaved himself, and changed his raiment, and came unto Pharaoh. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, I have dreamed a dream, and there is none that can interpret it. And I have heard say of thee that thou can understand a dream and interpret it. And Joseph answered Pharaoh, saying, It is not in me. It's not in me. God shall give Pharaoh an answer of peace. God shall give Pharaoh an answer of peace. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, In my dream, behold, I stood upon the river bank of a river. And behold, there came up out of the river 7 kine, fat-fleshed and well-favored, and they fed in the meadow. And behold, 7 other kine came up to them, poor and very ill-favored, lean flesh, such as I have never saw in the land of Egypt. This word poor right here, it's the first time that word poor is used. I forget exactly which Hebrew word is used in this, but the connection of this poor right here is also the vine servants that were left when Israel gets wiped out, the northern king, when Judah gets wiped out in Babylon, okay, the captain of the guard, I can't remember his name, but the captain of the guard leaves the poor vine dressers, okay? He leaves the poor vine dressers. And then it's, poor in spirit, and that trembleth at his word, are the ones that's what God's looking for, is those who are poor in spirit, those who are humble, okay? But the vine dressers didn't have to worry about the common destruction that Babylon brought. They didn't have to worry about it. Why? Because they were poor, they were righteous. Okay, so that's just a little word connection here. This poor right here in Genesis 41, verse 19. And the ill-flavored lean flesh, such as I never saw in the land of Egypt for badness. And the lean and the ill-flavored kine did eat up the first 7 fat kine. And when they were eaten, them come up, and it could not be known that they had eaten them, but they were still ill-flavored in it the beginning. So I awoke. And I saw in my dream, behold, 7 ears came up on one stalk, full and good. And behold, 7 ears with thin and blasted with the east wind sprung up after them. And the thin ears devoured the 7 good ears. And I told unto the magicians, but there was none that could declare it to me. And Joseph said unto Pharaoh, dream of Pharaoh is one. God hath showed Pharaoh that what he is about to do. The 7 good kine are 7 years, and the 7 good ears are 7 years. The dream is one. And the 7 thin and ill-favored kine that came up after them are the 7 years. And the 7 empty, blasted ears of the east wind shall be 7 years of famine. This is the thing which I have spoken unto Pharaoh, that God is about to do. He showeth unto Pharaoh. Behold, there come 7 years of plenty throughout the land of Egypt, and there shall rise after them 7 years of famine, and all the plenty shall be forgotten in the land of Egypt, and the famine shall consume the land, and the plenty shall not be known in the land by reason of that the famine following, for it shall be very grievous. And for that dream was doubled unto Pharaoh, twice as it is, because of the thing is established by God, and God will shortly bring it to pass. Wow. Therefore, Pharaoh look out a man discreet and wise, and set him over the land of Egypt. And let Pharaoh do this. Let him appoint officers over the land, and taketh up a 5th part of the land of Egypt, and that the 7 plenteous years. And let him gather all the food of those good years, and that they come, and lay up the corn under the hand of Pharaoh. Then let him keep the food in thy cities. You know what? Corn is an idiom in the Bible used for the understanding of the word. What is the word in the Bible? It's that spiritual fruit. I'm wondering, okay, we got Joseph as kind of this, an archetype of the Messiah to come, okay? And that, if there could be a spiritual meaning here where we're talking about a famine of the word, a famine of understanding. It's just something kind of coming to me as I'm reading this. And let them gather all the food of those good years that come, and let the corn in the hand of the Pharaoh, let him keep the food in the cities. And the food shall store to the land 7 years of famine, which shall be in the land of Egypt, that the land perish not through famine. And the thing was good in the eyes of Pharaoh and in the eyes of his servants. And Pharaoh said unto his servants, can we find such a one as this, as a man who came in the Spirit of God? Pharaoh said unto his servants, can we find such a one as is, a man whom the Spirit of God is? Wow, wow, wow. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, forasmuch as God showed thee in all this, there is none so discreet and wise as thou art. And remember at the beginning of this, Joseph, what did he answer? He said, it is not me, it's of God. Okay, he gave the glory to God right off the get-go. Thou shalt be over my house, and according unto thy word thou shalt rule my people, and only the throne will I be greater than thou. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, see, I have set thee over all the land of Egypt. And Pharaoh took off his ring from his hand, and he put it upon Joseph's hand, and arrayed him the vestitures of fine linen, and gold chains about his neck. And he made him ride in the 2nd chariot which he had. And they cried before him, and bowed the knee, and made him ruler over all the land of Egypt. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, I am Pharaoh, and without thee shall no man lift up his hand or foot in all the land of Egypt. And Pharaoh called Joseph's name Zephaniah, and he gave him to wife Azanai, the daughter of Potashia, the priest of On. And Joseph went out over all the land of Egypt. And Joseph was 30 years old, and he stood before Pharaoh, king of Egypt. And Joseph went out from the presence of Pharaoh, and went throughout the land of Egypt. And in the 7 plenteous years, the earth brought forth thy handfuls. And he gathered up all the food of the 7 years, which were in the land of Egypt, and laid the food of the cities and the food of the field, which was round about every city, and he laid up in the same. And Joseph gathered the corn in the sand of the sea, and very much, until he left it, gathered corn as the sand of the sea. So he gathered a lot of it, and numbering without number. And unto Joseph were born 2 sons before the years of famine came. Asenath, the daughter of Potiphar, the priest of On, bare unto him. And Joseph called the name of the firstborn Manasseh. For God said, he had made me forget all my toil in my father's house. And the name of the second he called Ephraim, for God had caused me to be fruitful in the land of my affliction. And 7 years of plenteous was that the land of Egypt were ended, and the 7 years of dearth began and become, according to Joseph hath said, and the dearth was in all the lands, but all the lands of Egypt there was bread. We are beekeepers, and the dearth happens every year. When there's not much for the bees to eat, because in the end of July and through August, the beginning of September, nothing's in bloom because of, not nothing. Okay, not nothing. But you have to feed your bees through the dearth. Oh, wow. And the famine was all over the face of the earth, and all over the face of the entire earth. And Joseph opened up the storehouses and sold unto the Egyptians, and the famine waxed sore in the land of Egypt. And all the countries came into Egypt to Joseph to buy corn, and because that the famine was sore in all the lands. He gave him the wife of the priest, okay, and he has 2 sons, Ephraim. Okay, in 48, we'll hear more about Ephraim from the blessing of Israel. Famine. It can also mean that the word of God, he pulls back from the people. They're all wicked. So he pulls back from the people. Now, when Jacob saw that there was corn, that there was corn in Egypt, Jacob said unto his sons, why do ye look upon one another? And said, behold, how did Jacob knew that there was corn in Egypt. Jacob knew that there was understanding in Egypt. He didn't know Joseph was there. And behold, I have heard that the corn in Egypt, get you down hither and buy for us from hence, that we may live and not die. Okay, this is 42, verse 3. Genesis 42, verse 3. And Joseph's 10 brethren went down to buy corn in Egypt. But Benjamin, Joseph's brother, Jacob, sent not unto his brethren, for he has said, lest peradventure miss befall him. And the sons of Israel came to buy corn among them that came for famine, was in the land of Canaan. And Joseph was the governor over the land. And it was all sold that to all the people of the land. And Joseph's brethren came and bowed themselves before him with their faces to the earth. And Joseph saw his brethren, knew them, but he made himself strange unto them. And he spoke roughly unto them. And he said unto them, Whence come ye? And they said, From the land of Canaan to buy food. And Joseph knew his brethren, but they knew not him. And Joseph remembered the dreams which he had dreamed of them, and said to them, Ye are spies, to see the nakedness of the land ye are to come. And when they said unto him, Nay, my lord, but by food are thy servants to come. We are all one man's son, and we are true men. Thy servants are no spies. And he said unto them, Nay, but to see the nakedness of the land ye are to come. And they said, Thy servants are 12 brethren, the son of one man, in the land of Canaan. And behold, the youngest is this day with our father. and one is not. And Joseph said unto them, That is it that I have spoken to you, saying, Ye are spies. Hereby ye shall be proved by the life of Pharaoh. Ye shall not go forth hence, except your youngest brother come hither. Send one of you, and let him fetch your brother, and ye shall keep him in prison, that your words may be proved, whether he be any truth or you, or else by the life of Pharaoh. Surely ye are spies. All right, Billy. I hope you're still here, Billy. Right on, man. Right on, dude. Yeah. Keep the fire burning, Billy. Keep digging. Read it with me all year. Hopefully we have a year. I'm looking at what's going on. I don't know that we'll finish this year without the hammer falling. Oh boy. But keep digging into the word, Billy. Here we go. But bring your youngest brother unto me, and so shall your words be verified, that ye shall not die. And so they did. And they did. They said one another, We shall verify guilty concerning our brother, in that we saw the anguish of his soul when he besought us, and we would not hear. Therefore is the distress come upon us. And Reuben answered them, saying, Spake not I unto you, saying, Do not sin against the child, and you would not hear. Therefore, behold, also his blood is required. Oh, they know. They know that now they're facing some judgment. And they knew not that Joseph understood them, for he spake unto them by an interpreter. Oh, and he knew about them from them and wept. And he returned to them again and communed with them, and took from them Simeon, bound him before their eyes. And Joseph commanded to fill their sacks with corn, and to restore every man's money into a sack, and give them provision for the way. And thus did unto them. And they laden their asses with corn and departed hence. And as one of them opened his sack to give as provender in the inn, he espied his money, and behold, what was in the sack's mouth. And he said unto his brethren, My money is restored, and lo, it is in my sack. And their hearts failed them, and they were afraid, saying one man to another, That is that God hath done to us. And they came unto Jacob, their father, in the land of Canaan, and told him all that befell them, saying, The man who is the Lord of the land spoke roughly to us, and took us for spies in their country. And we said unto him, We are true men, and no spies. We be 12 brethren, sons of our father. One is not, and the youngest is that day our father in the land of Canaan. And the man, the Lord of the country, said unto us, Hereby I shall know that ye are true men. Leave one of your brethren here with me, and take food for the famine of your households, and be gone. And bring your youngest brother unto me. Then I should know that ye are no spies, but ye are true men. So I will deliver you your brother, and ye shall traffic in the land. And they came to pass as they emptied their sacks, and behold, every man's bundle of money was in his sack. When they bought their money, but they saw that their bundles of money, then they were afraid. And Jacob their father said unto them, Ye have bereaved of my children. Joseph is not, and Simeon is not, and ye will take Benjamin away. All these things are against me. And Reuben spake unto his father, saying, Slay my two sons if I bring him not to thee. Deliver him into my hand, and I will bring him to thee again. And he said, My son shall not go down with you, for his brother is dead, and he is left alone. If mischief shall befall him by the way in which ye shall go, then ye shall bring down my gray hairs with sorrow to the grave. And famine was sore in the land. So that is 41 and 42. So, Reuben, who knew he was kind of on thin ice, tried to repent and with his brother, just quite a mess. Okay, so Reuben's still trying to redeem himself, it seems like here. That's kind of what I see. And then, so now that's 42. So they've got to bring Benjamin back down to Joseph, for Joseph to keep the story going. All right, so that's 41 and 42. That little bit deeper meaning here, where the corn is the understanding of the word, and people are going to Joseph to be fed. So there's something there, folks. All right, I love you guys, and I will talk to you later. I'll talk to you tomorrow.